Hey guys, welcome to the new video of Python tutorial session. In this video, we're gonna cover a lot of things. First, we'll start with list, then we'll move to tuple and set. So, let's start. So, what is a list basically? In a list, you can store more than one values in a variable. In our previous videos, we have stored integers, float values, or any string values in one variable. But here, we'll call only one variable and we'll store a lot of values in that. Let's take a variable a and store some random numbers in that. Let's store some random numbers. I'm just storing some random numbers and I'm just clicking enter. See, at first when we are doing programs, we are just writing any set of commands and it is getting the results, but this time it is not getting creating any results because we're only giving the values to the variable, we're not calling anything. So let's call a now. See, if we call a, we got all the values which you have put into the list. So this is how simple you can create a list. So now you can ask why we need a list. So when you need to store more than one number, you need to call that list. And now suppose you say you need to fetch some values from the list. How can you fetch the values? A single value maybe. So you can say you need the second values. So you need to take 58 from that list. So you can say the uh, you can say like I need the second value from that. Any code maybe is asking for the second value of any list or second value of the list. So how you will get that value? In that you will give the index number of every values. So you know very well that the index number in any language starts from 0. So the index number for value 1 is 0, 58 is 1, 589 is 2. In that way we'll just call, give the index number of this list and ask and see, you will get 58. So let's try it, and now we'll take the, okay, so fine, let's do it for another number. Let's suppose we need 23, so we need to call the third index number and just try. Yeah, we got 23. Okay, so now you say suppose you need four numbers, the last four numbers you need. So how will you contact that thing? You will just say sorry, you will say I need the numbers from start and give colon. I need the number till the fourth number, so its address will be 3 and enter. So we'll get the first three numbers. Sorry, if you need the numbers till fourth, you have to say number 4 because it will be print the numbers before the last digit you have entered. So sorry again. So see, we are getting the numbers up to 23. Any way you can print the number using this sequence. In any sequence, like you can only print the, let's suppose say 4 to 6, you can print these numbers too. See, 4, 4 5 8 and 2, you get printed the middle numbers. So you can, here you can give the index number just into the bracket, square bracket of the list, and you will get the number. Okay, so suppose someone is asking, let's use another function. Suppose someone is asking how many strings are there or how many variables are there in a list. So you can easily call a function len and you just give it to the list name and you will just run, and you will get, can see how many strings or how many variables are stored in that variable. Okay, so now suppose you need to delete something from the list. Which function you now gonna use? You're gonna use del function. So you're gonna say del, give the list name, open the square bracket, and tell the index number you want to delete. Maybe I want to delete the first number, so I'm going to delete it. Now it's got deleted. Let's try. Let's print a now. See, it don't have the value of a. At the same time, maybe you want to add some number. Maybe I want to add 100 in this list. So how I can add? How I can add? So now we have to take another function. This function is called append. This is used to take any new number or new okay, so new a variable in the list. So yeah, when we have append, maybe we have to append 100. Let's take it and run. Again it is worked, I guess. Let's print the number a. Yeah, you can see the 100 number came last. So you have attended. So now, so if you want a group of a lot of numbers, we need to use this kind of list. Here we just need to call the variable and a square bracket and call all the numbers inside the square bracket. It is a kind of same which you have gone through in C++, like array, but this is not an array. Python has its own array concept. We'll get to know about that later. Okay, so I thought I should end the video right now, but I won't, because we need to do something, because tuple and sets are also important. They're not so much popular as list, but tuple and sets are something you need to know if you're solving Python. I'm just gonna give you some brief knowledge. What is a tuple now? Let's call another variable called tuple. Let's tup. Let's take the variable tup. So in tuple, you can store the values, but the values once you assign, you cannot change. In list, you can change the values. You can, okay, we're coming. How can you change the values of a list? But in tuple, this is not possible. So, let's call a tuple first. Let's take 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's have already gone. Huh? So see, we have taken a tuple, and okay, what happened here? Okay, sorry, I have given a A. I don't know why I given a A. Sorry, my bad. In tuple, actually, you have to give only first bracket and just call some numbers. Let's take with 3 numbers. Yeah. Now, if we call tuple, see, it is giving the values of a tuple. Okay, so one thing I missed maybe in list. Okay, so if you want to change any values, so suppose we have already A. See, we have all the values of A. Suppose I need to change the value of 2 to 53 maybe. So the index value of 2 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can see the 4 is the index value of A. Sorry, the value of 2. So we can just simply say to our program that I need to change the value of 4 to 50, and now run, and see, it have changed the values of 2 with 50, because we have just give the another information to our code that I need to change the fourth value to 50, but you cannot do that to tuple. That's why list and tuple have their own values. When you can change the values, we usually prefer to use list. And then there is another concept which is set. Set is also very common thing in Python. In set, actually, we have to take the second bracket or curly braces, what you prefer, you can say, and we'll give some results, values like 22, 56. Let's take some numbers like 1, 8. Okay, 4 digits are enough. So if I run set, it's fine. So okay, fine. So what were I expecting in set? Let's see what happens. See, it says 56, then 1, then 22, then 8. You can see that the number all are fumbled up. Why these numbers are fumbled up? Because tuple maintains its own sequence. Okay, so sorry, set maintains its own sequence. Why the number 56 came first and why the number, so it has its own logic to setting the numbers in a different manner. So let's call another set, and this time we are gonna give some numbers like 1 comma 2 comma 3 5, give another 5, give 8, give 9, give another 9, give 7. Now let's run s. So now you can see it has not only cutted all the values which were given twice, but also setted the number in a linear way. It has followed a sequence. It's like 1 2 5 7 9. Also, we are not followed the sequence when we give the number, because you can see we have given 8 and 9 before 7, but it changed the values when it's printed. And most importantly, we have given two fives and two nines, but it cut down the values and give you one values. So it actually maintains a sequence, and it actually not allows the repetition. So sometimes in our program we need to use this kind of functions, so that time we use sets. So these are the very basic things about list, tuple and sets, which you will get to know. And in list, mostly we're going to use list in this Python session. Later you will get to know about that. So okay, this is enough for today's video. If you like the video, just give it a thumbs up and comment down in the below if you have any problems or doubts. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe the channel.